and I would have been uploading more video to my channel, but my camcorder, I've been using it so much it got all worn out, and it's on the blink, so I'm getting a new camcorder here in another week, so I should start resuming filming. But she hasn't really said to me too much about the New World Order, any of these kinds of things yet. But about the moon, somebody asked me about that a week ago if I got anything, and yes, I did. I had an out-of-the-body experience where I was taken to the moon. I found myself on the dark side of the moon, and I was looking down at the surface in one particular area, and I was looking at flowing rivers on the moon, yes, flowing streams. And yeah, there's running water on the moon, and it's being covered up. And whatever NASA's talking about, it's obviously a half-truth. They know themselves that there's something going on up there. And but they leak out this half-truth. They preach this half-truth to the public, about frozen water under the surface. They know very well there's running water on the moon, but they just come up with these half-truths, to keep the public, in ignorance. But
so what was their point to actually shoot? If they knew that, what was their point to actually do that? Mean that maybe the thing that they were doing had nothing to do with the water, you're saying?
Who?
When the NASA shot up the rocket up there, it had really nothing to do with...
Well, yeah, it might have. There's probably a certain part on the moon where they see a high concentration of water under the surface, and they want to, get it jolted out, so it'll break out, so they want to do something like that. So maybe, that's a high percentage of that is very true. But the fact is that the true nature of the moon and Mars, we've absolutely been lied to, and it's been covered up. It's just been partly, we've been told like half-truths about it, especially Mars. I mean, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory is, totally fabricated the true colors of Mars. They put in a darker red tint on the surface as well as a pink sky. Originally, the photos that came back from, the landers and everything, the probes, were always that Mars had this, like, blue and gray sky, almost like, or very much more Earth-like. And there is definitely vegetation on the moon, and there's vegetation on Mars. But we've been people are making money off of lies. When people cover up things, they can write books about it, and they can write analyses and programs, and people profit from that. And they like that, the people that are in power. And so they want to make a profit. So it's basically people making a profit off of a lie, which is very old on this planet, and it's something that has to die in the whole race before extraterrestrials want to be our friends. And they don't want to be friends with these kinds of people that are doing this. In fact, the extraterrestrials are the enemies of these people that are trying to hold back all this knowledge from us. Extraterrestrials are enemies of these people, and these people better watch out, because they're higher people. I mean, there are higher beings in this universe that govern and watch things.
So getting back to where I said earlier about...
Yeah, go on.
Back to the thing where a lot of people have that messianic complex. Are they actually going to do some sort of Star Trek-y, sort of like they say, they don't get, they have that thing where they're not supposed to get involved. What's it called? I forget now. The wording. The protocol where they're not allowed to get involved and allow us to evolve on our own. Or are they actually just helping facilitate to some level to help benefit humanity?
They are to some level. In fact, I can't even go into. I'm not allowed to speak about some things, but I can say that there's various degrees that my extraterrestrials are involved with Earth humans. Some of it I can reveal. With me, they're revealing the protocol. They're revealing evidence that something indeed actually unusual is going on with me, because why, if I'm not in contact, why am I going out there, almost every week and getting video of the same craft? And, it's doing things and performing different aerial movements and performing this molecular plasma. So
what about in general terms of humanity, though?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, what they're doing with one, they're doing with all. So what they're doing with me is basically, they're saying this to the rest of the world. I mean, they're giving me a chance, they're giving the rest of the world a chance now to learn. So whoever will pick up and learn this protocol that I've been given stands a good chance of increasing their sightings of UFOs and having even contact if the people go, really follow that protocol to the letter and the spirit of it. It's very, very, very possible that ETs are going to take up contact with those people, because we're reaching the time period now where disclosure. They want disclosure. The ETs are tired of, wanting to be covered up. They're tired of listening to Earth humans. They don't have to listen to us. They don't have to listen to our government. They don't have to make secret pacts with our military people just because our military people or our government people want that. The ETs realize that they're not under their law. They are not governed by their laws. And so, they're breaking a lot of agreements that maybe they had made originally with some of Earth's authorities.
In the prior.
Yeah.
Like maybe their agreements that they had agreed to the benefit of humanity, they basically, is this what I've read about where, actually I have got feeling up too, but they've been provided reverse technology to help benefit humanity, but instead of utilizing it for a positive person, they use it for a profit and a power, and therefore broke their agreement what they've had with the ETs.
Yeah, well, some of that, is maybe partly true, but it's more involved because a lot of the technology, if any of that kind of stuff has gone on, which I think it has, it becomes very involved, and it becomes. I can see the need why it would be, very classified and should be classified, because it's extremely dangerous stuff. You're dealing with research. The ETs are not just handing our scientists.
What I was saying is they gave certain of the agreements, certain information, but then these people who have in power or whatever, in the governments or whatever you want to call it, have been given opportunity. Basically, here's a tool, here's a thing, but this is our agreement. It's for the benefit, and as opposed to doing it for a benefit, it seems they've been utilizing it for their own personal gain. And basically tore up the agreement. So that's why. Okay,
you're right. Okay, on that score, yes.
Well, screw you. Now we're just gonna, we're going to do this on our end then.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on, and that's exactly what I think is going on with some of my Orion friends, and.
And this brings in the fear factor, where a lot of media and stuff is presenting some fear, but I think it's being overcome.
Well, these people ought to be afraid, and I will say this with confidence, that, these people that are manipulating the human race and thinking it's a joke, you people have, if any of you people are listening to me, you ought to be afraid, because there are greater people in this universe than you. Yeah, you're greater than a lot of the people on this planet, but I'll tell you, there are greater people than you, and they got your number. And your days are numbered on this planet, and the way you rule it, and the way you do things.